Hey everyone, I'm Angie Norris and welcome back to my YouTube channel entitled Angie's Book Adventures. I just recorded and will probably have uploaded it first, a book review on Firefly Lane by Kristin Hannah. But I wanted to do a separate little video because in the back of this book, if you kind of read everything after the end of the book, so there was like book club discussion questions and notes from the author and that sort of thing. But there was a section in the back of this book, and I'm sure you're not going to be able to see it, that was called Recommended Reading. And I thought, oh, this is really interesting. Let me see what Kristin Hannah says that I should read. And so I'm not going to read them all, but just on the first page, she says To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. It's kind of a no-brainer, but she says she honestly believes that it is one of the best novels ever written. She loves the prose, the characters, and the message. And on top of all that, it's a story you can't put down. So I thought, okay, cool. I haven't read that book. It is a classic, but I own that book, and it's on my classic TBR list. The second book in her list I thought was interesting. The Prince of Tides by Pat Conroy. What can I say about this one that hasn't been said? Conroy is truly one of our greatest American writers. I love the lyricism of his voice and the poetry of his thoughts. And I thought, I know I have a book by Pat Conroy. Well, The Prince of Tides, of course, was made into a movie that Barbra Streisand played in and Nick Nolte. So I've seen the movie, and I went searching in my library, so to speak, up here in my spare bedroom office, Whatnot library, because I sell books on Whatnot and I have a Pango bookstore, storefront. And so I thought, what? I know I have a book by Pat Conroy. I have a book by Pat Conroy. It's not The Prince of Tides, but it's called South of Broad. And it does say, of course, right here, author of The Prince of Tides. So I'm going to read The Prince of Tides, but now because of what I read that Kristin Hannah recommended here, I'm going to read another book that I actually physically have in my hands by Pat Conroy, South of Broad. And I believe this is set in Charleston, of course. If you've read this book, drop a comment in the comments below and let me know what you thought of it. So just real quickly here, I'm going to go on The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I don't know what that one's about. She says that she's a real fan of Stephen King's, and she could literally have listed several more titles, but she gives us three, and those are It, The Stand, and The Shining by Stephen King. The next one on her list is As I Lay Dying by William Faulkner. Turtle Moon by Alice Hoffman. I've not read a lot of these, actually. Middle March by George Eliot. She says she just read that recently. Somehow she missed it in college. And although it took a while to get into it, once this story hooked me, it hooked me big time. And then, of course, she recommends all of the Harry Potter series. The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The Witching Hour and Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. And Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. So I just thought that was interesting because I've never seen that in the back of one of Kristin Hannah's books. But if you're looking for recommended reading from Kristin Hannah, that was it. So check it out. If you have read any of the books that I talked about on Kristin Hannah's recommended reading list, please drop me a comment below and let me know what you thought about it. As always, I would appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and ring the bell so you'll get notified when I upload a new video. Thank you guys.